A very good afternoon and welcome to Midday News, where we get you the day's top developing stories. Glad you could join us this Saturday afternoon. Here are the headlines of this hour. Development the only government agenda for the budget, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi ahead of his maiden World Economic Forum address in Davos on the 23rd of January. Says the world is waiting to hear from India on its policies and growth potential. Women power being celebrated. 112 ladies to be honoured by the President for setting milestones in their respective fields today. Bachendri Pal, PV Sindhu, Karna Maleshwari are among the awardees. India summons Pakistan Deputy High Commissioner over repeated ceasefire violations, conveys grave concerns as heavy Pakistani shelling continues along the international border and line of control. 2 Jawans, 2 civilians are killed on Friday. India urges UN Security Council to focus on cross-border terror safe havens. Indian ambassador to the UN says need to work closely with regional international partners to bring peace and prosperity in Afghanistan. And the US government shuts down after the Senate fails to agree on a new budget. Bill to fund government till February 16 fails to get the required 60 votes. Development on the first anniversary of Donald Trump's inauguration. Our top story this afternoon, President Ramnath Kovind will felicitate exceptional women who were the first to set a milestone in their respective fields at the Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Women being felicitated are those who have been the first in any field, like the first woman judge, the first woman porter, first woman to head a missile project, the first paratrooper and first Olympian, among others. Now, after an extensive research process by the Ministry of Women and Child Development, 112 women have been selected who busted stereotypes and broke the glass ceiling to become number 1. Here are some of the achievers among the list. We've got Bachendri Pal, who's the first Indian woman to reach the Mount Everest summit. Deepa Malik, the first woman to win a medal at the Paralympics. Priya Jhingan, the first lady cadet to join the Indian Army. PV Sindhu, the first Indian woman to win an Olympic silver medal. Nicole Faria, the first Indian woman to win the Miss Earth title. Radhika Menon, India's first female merchant navy captain. Karna Maleshwari, first Indian weightlifter to win an Olympic medal. Surekha Yadav, India's first woman train driver of a passenger train.
Rajya Sabha TV takes this opportunity to bring before you some of these women extraordinaire.
Once you're commissioned, you're an officer. When you're given a task, you do it and don't use your femininity to avoid that task or find favors.
अगर एक लड़की के पीछे उसके माता-पिता खड़े हैं तो शायद वो बहुत ऊंचाई पे जाएगी.
The society is still not ready to really see women in positions of power. If you are disabled, then it's very confusing for the world because they don't know how to treat you. Right. They would like to treat you with pity.
The time of the surgery and when the doctors did declare that Deepa, you are going to be on a wheelchair because we can save you but we can't save anything below your chest because the cord is going to snap. और मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ मुझे नहीं पता मैंने बच्चों को बड़ा किया है या उन्होंने मुझे बड़ा किया है.
Today, as women, we have to set an example for everyone else.
Hey, आजा आजा जिंदे शामी आने के पहले आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमान के तले जय हो शब्बे गम जय हो गमे दिल जय हो हारे दिल जय हो बेखुदी जय हो.
Watch some of the inspirational women in India on First Ladies on Rajya Sabha television.
We're looking forward to that show. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India has become the centre of attraction to the world and international ratings agencies have acknowledged its progress. In an interview to a private TV channel, the Prime Minister said that massive foreign direct investment is coming into the country and India never witnessed such a jump in the FDI in the past. He also said that the country's democratic values are a great attraction to the world. The Prime Minister said his government's performance should not be assessed only on GST and demonetization, as it has taken several steps for the development of the country. He also said that development is the government's only agenda for the budget. Also ahead of his address at the World Economic Forum in Davos, the Prime Minister said that the world is waiting to hear from India about its policies and initiatives.
अर्थ जगत का ध्यान भारत पर केंद्रित है। एक तो भारत की आर्थिक स्थिति बहुत तेजी से विकास की ओर बढ़ रही है, ये दुनिया ने स्वीकार किया है। दुनिया की जितनी ही रेटिंग एजेंसीज हैं, वर्ल्ड बैंक हो, IMF हो, मूडीज हो, सब कोई कह रहे हैं। तो एक तरफ तेज गति से आगे चल रही अर्थव्यवस्था जी, और दूसरा डेमोक्रेटिक वैल्यूज, एक ऐसा यूनिक कॉम्बिनेशन है कि जिसके प्रति विश्व को एक आश्वस्त होता है, तो भारत के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा अवसर है। दूसरा, भारत एक बहुत बड़ा मार्केट तो है ही है, लेकिन भारत एक बहुत बड़ा डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड वाला स्ट्रेंथ है। तो विश्व का आकर्षण होना बहुत स्वाभाविक, और ये हम देख रहे हैं कि FDI आजादी के बाद इतना बड़ा FDI का जंप पहले कभी नहीं हुआ है। जब विश्व का भारत के प्रति इतना आकर्षण है जी, तो स्वाभाविक है कि विश्व भारत से सीधा संवाद करना चाहता है। भारत की नीतियों के संबंध में, संभावनाओं के संबंध में, विश्व का ये जगत डायरेक्टली हॉर्सेस माउथ को सुनना चाहता है। चीजों से वो परिचित होते हैं, वो भी तो बहुत अध्ययन करते हैं, उनके पास टीम होती है, लेकिन मुखिया के मुझसे सुनते हैं तो जरा एक, और मुझे विश्वास है कि 125 करोड़ देशवासियों ने जो आर्थिक क्षेत्र में प्रगति की है, लगातार कोशिश करते रहे हैं। देशवासियों का जो उत्साह है, उमंग है, देशवासियों की जो सिद्धियां हैं, उसको दुनिया के सामने रखने में मुझे बहुत गर्व होगा, बहुत आनंद होगा। भारत की एक पहचान बनी है, उसका भरपूर लाभ लेने का प्रयास भारत ने करना चाहिए, और एक अवसर है। बजट हो या न हो, चुनाव हो या न हो, पहला बजट हो या आखिरी बजट हो, मोदी का एक ही मंत्र है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक ही मंत्र है, विकास, विकास और विकास, डेवलपमेंट, 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 सबका साथ, सबका विकास। उसके लिए जो भी आवश्यक होता है उसी को करते आए हैं, उसी को कर रहे हैं, आगे भी उसी को करने वाले हैं।
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Davos in Switzerland on the 22nd and 23rd of this month, and briefing the media in New Delhi. The Secretary of Economic Relations in the External Affairs Ministry, Vijay Gokhale, said that the Prime Minister will impress upon world leaders at the World Economic Forum in Davos next week that India is an open economy and ready for global investments across sectors. He said that it will be a 24-hour visit, but a very focused one, and also said that the focus will be on Prime Minister's vision about India's economy at the domestic as well as the global level. The Prime Minister will address the plenary session of the WEF on the 23rd during his visit, and the theme for this year is creating a shared future in a fractured world.
This visit by Prime Minister is qualitatively different from earlier visits by Prime Ministers to Davos. The main event, of course, is the keynote speech that the Prime Minister will give at the plenary session on the 23rd of January. There will also be a bilateral engagement with the President of Switzerland, and there are occasions for pull-asides with other leaders as and when these are fixed and depending on the requirements. I think the important thing in this visit is going to be a signal that we engage with the rest of the world in a very multidimensional way. This is occurring at a time when India's attractiveness as an economy has grown, where there is a quantum jump in our rankings in multiple indices, and in the context of the recent reforms that government has announced, particularly in the last 1 year. I think the focus therefore is for our Prime Minister to articulate his vision of how he sees the Indian economy as contributing not only to the domestic improvement of for the benefit of the people of India, but also on a global scale.
And now to the top international story, the US government has begun a federal shutdown after the Senate failed to agree on a new budget. This is the first modern government shutdown with Congress and the White House controlled by the same party. And it comes on the one-year anniversary of President Donald Trump's inauguration. Despite last-minute bipartisan meetings, the bill to fund the government until 16th of February did not receive the required 60 votes. It was unclear which way the vote would go as the midnight deadline approached, with Republicans and Democrats split on key issues, including on immigration. The last US shutdown happened in 2013 and lasted for 16 days, during which many federal employees took a forced leave of absence. Many government offices will close as federal law requires agencies to shut down if the Congress has not allocated money to fund them. National parks and monuments are also likely to face closure, but essential services will continue to run. All right, for more on this story, we've got our Foreign Affairs editor, Akhilesh Suman, of course, joining us from the newsroom. And we also have Mr. Alok Bansal, who's the director of India Foundation, with us in studio. Mr. Bansal, if I could talk to you first, talk about the significance, really. It's not unusual that you see a government shutdown, of course, in the US, because like we just said, it happened once, even in 2013 and even earlier as well. But the significance this time around is that it comes right on the first-year anniversary of, Trump's inauguration. And an indication really of his, his popularity, his government's popularity.
Actually, what is significant are two things. One is actually the first anniversary of Trump administration, 20th June, he was sworn in, and it's actually just exactly 1 year, and today the shutdown has come into force. And what is more important is that it comes at a time when both the houses of Congress are dominated by Republican Party to which he belongs. And this indicates the plummeting level of his popularity, actually. In fact, he's, in US history, I think he's amongst the most unpopular president within his first year of being in office. And what it leads is that large sections of the government offices will close down, though, and this would obviously have an impact on those who are planning to visit US, going to US, though, according to what you showed, that national parks will be closed. I think President Trump has made a statement, yes, we'll try and keep it. Till the last night they were trying. What is important is that in Senate, the vote divided 50-50.
Yes.
Actually, they needed 60. So there are a large number of Republicans who are actually now angry with President Trump's policies. And of course, Democrats are very, very unhappy with his views on immigration and border security, especially the Dreamers, the way he has actually cut down on past assurances to Dreamers by President Obama, where he'd actually regularized them and had given them certain facilities. I think that has actually put off Democrats, and Democrats have actually voted against it. So I think we can see that President Trump in days to come will have more and more problems. I don't know how much will it impact the consular services, because for your audience, I think the issue that must be directly concerning them is the people who have applied for visas, who are planning to go to US. How is it going to concern? Because the US shutdown, if it extends, causes and impacts every arm of the government, even the defense, though defense is considered an essential services and soldiers will continue to serve those who are deployed. But if the shutdown continues, the maintenance funds, etc., actually dry up, and
it starts lagging, and it's going to spill on to other areas as well. Akhilesh, if I could come to you very quickly, any reports coming in really of whether India has responded to this development? Because we understand, of course, in the US it's still very, very early for anyone to give a reaction at this point of time. And also reports on how long perhaps we'll be seeing this shutdown to continue.
See, Tracy, India cannot and would not respond on this situation because it is the internal matter of America. I have been tracking since morning that whether India can speak something. But this is not a new phenomena, that in the American democracy it happens. And it happens the way American democracy has developed, even though Mr. Trump has majority in the Senate, but he doesn't have that much vote like 60 in the Senate. And that is why he is appealing to the people that give more seats to us so that we can have more than 60 in the Senate, or reduce the proportion to 51 and 51%. So it is like that. But see, consular services are going to be affected. I was talking to US Embassy in the morning, and they are telling that once shutdown is in force, many of the consular services will be stopped because employees will be told to be unpaid leave. And unpaid leave means they might come in the office, but they will not open the computer. Yeah, this is like that. So you are in the office, but you cannot open the computer. No one will be talking to you officially.
Yes.
So you can talk to them on phone, but unofficially. I was trying to take a bite from them, but nobody is
obviously willing to give one. Yes.
No, it is an instruction that you cannot talk officially to them till this stalemate is over. So they are waiting for Monday, that maybe by Saturday and Sunday they may get some negotiation and it may be resolved by Monday. So that's the situation.
All right, we'll have to wait and see that. Thank you, Akhilesh Suman, for joining us on that, and also Mr. Alok Bansal for joining us here in the studio on this particular story. Meanwhile, staying with the US, the Defense Secretary James Mattis has said that competition between great powers, not terrorism, is now the main focus of America's national security. In the latest sign of shifting American priorities from the fight against terrorism to global competition, U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis said that the U.S. military has put countering China and Russia at the heart of a new national defense strategy. The strategy document, the first of its kind since at least 2014, sets priorities for the U.S. Defense Department that are expected to be reflected in future defense spending requests. The document also listed North Korea among the Pentagon's top priorities, citing the need to focus U.S. missile defenses against a threat from Pyongyang. It said that while state actors would have to be countered, non-state actors like Islamist militants would continue to pose a threat. Interestingly, the document also says that international alliances would be critical for the U.S. military, but stressed on the need for burden sharing. President Trump is seeking to boost defense spending by 10%, or $54 billion in his proposed budget plan for this year, and hopes to recoup that sum through deep cuts elsewhere, including to foreign aid.
So we will continue to prosecute the campaign against terrorists that we're engaged in today, but great power competition, not terrorism, is now the primary focus of U.S. national security. This strategy is fit for our time, providing the American people the military required to protect our way of life, stand with our allies, and live up to our responsibility to pass intact to the next generation those freedoms that all of us enjoy here today.
Well, India has targeted Pakistan at the United Nations Security Council, saying that the country's mindset that unleashes terrorist attacks on India and Afghanistan must change. India's permanent representative at the UN, Saeed Akbaruddin, said this on Friday during a high-level Security Council meeting dealing with Afghanistan, emphasizing that only by changing the terror mindset can peace come to Afghanistan. India said that Pakistan must stop differentiating between good and bad terrorists and focus on challenges posed by terrorism emanating from the safe havens from across the border. India's stand was also supported by the US and Afghanistan at the crucial meet. The US said that the status quo regarding continuous terrorist safe havens in Pakistan was unacceptable. The Afghan Deputy Foreign Minister Hekmat Khalil Karzai also reiterated the presence of terrorist safe havens across the border.
These mindsets differentiate between good and bad terrorists. These mindsets refuse to see reason in peace. They are mindsets that are reluctant to join hands in moving the region forward to build a shared future for our people and our youth. These mindsets, Mr. President, need to change.
Akbaruddin, while backing up his assertion with World Bank statistics, said that terrorism has taken a huge toll on Afghanistan. Then further told the Security Council that New Delhi remains committed to work closely with its regional and international partners to bring peace, security, stability and prosperity in Afghanistan.
President, on behalf of the Pakistan delegation, I would like to...
It is our vision that Afghanistan regains its place, and we remain committed to work closely with our regional and international partners to bring peace, security, stability and prosperity in Afghanistan. It is with this mind that our Prime Minister, during his visit to Afghanistan on 24 December 2015, to inaugurate the Parliament building, stopped over in Lahore, Pakistan. Unfortunately, these visits were followed by a heinous and barbaric terrorist attack on the Pathankot airbase on 1st January 2016, perpetrated and planned by the very same mindsets which attack the spirit of Afghanistan every day.
Repeated ceasefire violation by Pakistan, though, continues in Jammu and Kashmir. Today, an army Jawan was among 3 people killed in ceasefire violations by Pakistan in Poonch and Jammu districts. On Friday, 2 BSF Jawans and 2 civilians were also killed as Pakistan Rangers heavily shelled civilian areas and border posts in Jammu and Samba districts. The Ministry of External Affairs reacted sharply over the violations and summoned the Deputy High Commissioner of Pakistan. The MEA expressed grave concerns over the violations. Moving to other news, the government on Friday announced the names of 9 new smart cities selected in the 4th round. Silvassa in Dadra and Nagar Haveli topped the list. With the addition of 9 new smart cities, the total number of smart cities has now reached 99. Launched on 25th of June 2015 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the mission seeks to create 100 smart cities in the country by 2020.
Nine out of 15 cities that sent the proposal have qualified to be developed as smart cities after the completion of the 4th round of fast-track competition. These include Silvassa in Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Erode in Tamil Nadu, Diu in Daman and Diu, Bihar Sharif in Bihar, Itanagar in Arunachal Pradesh, Bareilly, Muradabad and Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh, and Kavarati in Lakshadweep. Shillong city was not included in the list as it failed to send the proposal. All the 9 cities have proposed a total investment of 12,824 crore rupees that will impact 35.3 lakh people living in these areas.
9 cities which have qualified for inclusion in the top 100 have on an average improved the quality of their proposals on an average by about 19% or so. Each of these cities has developed a unique vision and has selected an area-based development program which will be developed as a lighthouse.
Till 17 January 2018, there are 2,948 projects worth 1,38,730 crore rupees in various stages of implementation. 189 projects worth 2,237 crore rupees have been completed and implementation is underway in 495 projects at a cost of 18,616 crore rupees. As priority sector interventions, 36 of the 60 cities have already initiated smart roads and 30 cities have initiated integrated command and control projects. Additionally, 37 cities have initiated smart water projects and 44 cities have initiated solar projects. Architectural, placemaking and city beautification projects have been initiated in 40 cities. With the selection of these 9 cities, the total proposed investment in the 99 Smart City Mission will be 2,03,979 crore rupees. Till January 2016, 20 cities were selected as smart cities, 13 cities in May 2016, 27 in September 2016 and 30 in June 2017. The pace on project implementation in Kolkata has been tardy. Uttar Pradesh was expected to get the maximum smart cities, but the cities could not meet the obligatory parameters. Smart cities will be developed to have basic infrastructure including assured water and power supply, sanitation and solid waste management, and IT connectivity.
The Smart City Mission is setting new benchmarks in terms of project implementation with focus both on time and quality. The impact would be visible by June for achieving the vision of ease of living, particularly for the poor, women, elderly, and the specially abled. Reporting from Delhi, with camera person D.K. Pandey, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Vice President Venkaiah Naidu on Friday called upon business houses to supplement the government's efforts to achieve equitable growth in the country. The Vice President flagged off the 3-day 28th All India Builders Convention in Bengaluru. While addressing the builders and contractors, the Vice President asked them to take part in CSR activities in a big way, adding that government efforts to build an equitable society must be implemented by private industries through CSR. The Vice President further said that there was a huge scope to launch CSR initiative in different areas, including healthcare, education and environment. He also said that CSR was not a mere charity or philanthropy, but responsibility towards making a difference to the lives of people.
In other sectors, private sector also should be brought in. See the Delhi airport, see the Bangalore airport, see the Hyderabad airport, see the Mumbai airport, how they have developed thanks to the public-private partnership. See the national highways, how the national highways have developed. It's not only National Highway Authority of India, but also builders of India who have all joined together and constructed beautiful roads across the country. The flagship schemes of housing for all, Atal Mission for regeneration, urban transformation, and also there is Amrut, and also Port Trust, airport expansion, national highway expansion. All these flagship programs of the government are aimed at providing not only infrastructure but also creating employment for the new generation.
And in some quick sports news now, Team India is facing arch-rival Pakistan in the final of the 5th edition of the Blind Cricket World Cup in Sharjah. India won the toss and invited Pakistan to bat first. Pakistan suffered major losses. The latest score is in fact 185 for the loss of 5 wickets. India, the defending champions, defeated Bangladesh by 7 wickets in the semis to enter the finals of the tournament, while Pakistan qualified for the finals by defeating Sri Lanka on Wednesday. Pakistan defeated Sri Lanka by 156 runs in the semi-finals. That's it on the Midday News. Thank you so much for joining us.